controlling desire with female sex fantasies. She said she doesn't think about sex, but then she spent 40 minutes picking out comfortable underwear. She says she doesn't have a sexual orientation, but her web history says otherwise. Not blogs about shopping and recipes. What is the truth that no one wants to admit? You and women are fascinated with sex, maybe even more. You are trying to compete in a sport without knowing what it is. They play a separate game with different rules. What is making you confused? Think of sex as a need. Straightforward, urgent, and clear. Want something, go after it, and pray for it. Not hard. She thinks of sex as a psychological thriller that takes place in the past, present, and future. While you're thinking about tonight, she's figuring out how this fits with everything she learned as a child about being a good girl, how it will influence her reputation, and how much she is worth. You're playing checkers, but she's playing chess in another world. The societal misconception about sex is hard for everyone to understand, but it's hardest for women. They were told for years that sexual desire made them useless whores. But then they were abruptly exalted to sex goddesses. Their grandma says nice girls don't, but Instagram tells them to let their inner slut out. You want to know why she can go from being really passionate to completely shut off in 0.3 seconds? Because her mind is split between what she wants and what she has been taught to want. Think about the contradictory messages she got from infancy to now. Don't be a slut. Be sexy. Be there, but not too easy. Be impassioned, but not in a hurry. Want it, but not too much. Have fun, but not more than him. Be a lady on the street and a freak in bed, but stay loyal to yourself while keeping this balance. It's not surprising that her sexuality has more regulations than a software update. Her sexual orientation is more than just physical. About who she was, who she is now, and who she will be. What day of the week did she jump you? It wasn't a coincidence. She felt strong, like she had done a good job at work, and that she was seen in that meeting. Her body knew it was alive. That week, she was distant. She saw herself in a poor picture. Her mother told her she was too fat, or she felt like no one noticed her in a crowd. Her sexuality and mental health are linked in ways that would mess with your head. Her past changes the way she thinks about sex in real time. If her initial partner saw sex as a favor, she learned to give her sexuality instead of getting it. She learned to ignore her urges as enemy signals if her family shamed bodies. She desired sex, but her culture told her that sexual women were useless, so she despised herself for wanting it. She's not the only thing wrong with you. You're in charge of all of her sexual communications. Your body reacts to a pretty woman before your brain even knows who she is. Your blood pumps, your hormones soar, and you're ready to act like a firefighter when the alarm goes off. A to B linear arousal. C, feel and want sex. She thinks that arousal is like a three-ring circus where psychology, physiology, and cognition all have to work together or the show ends. She might be willing, but if she's nervous about the presentation tomorrow, she's done. If she's full from lunch, forget it. She might be smart, but she's not interested. She might adore you, but if she remembers how you said to the waiter last week, she won't want you anymore. This mindfuck will transform how you see things. You won't know if she had sex without becoming turned on. She can act like she has a full tank when she really doesn't, but you need to be ready to go as a car needs gas. You probably thought you were a sex god while you were with her because she made passion and hunger happen on purpose. She formed grocery lists in her brain while she moaned your name. It's not a lie. It's getting used to a world that cares more about your happiness than her truth. Think about what this means. You really are excited. It shows up or it doesn't. That physiological response can't be faked. But since she was a teenager, she's been taught to have sex even when she doesn't want to. When she's sad, she learned how to seem sexy. When she wants to escape, she learned how to be available. And when she's numb, she learned how to be turned on. Good sex is based on orgasms and how often they happen. She might not be having either, but she says it's great since it's easier than going over the 37 things she needs to feel something. For her, the psychological part is everything. She needs to be wanted but not seen as an object, powerful but not responsible, there but not observed, safe but not bored. Blindfolded, you try to hit a moving object in 3 dimensions. One wrong phrase, a funny glance, or a reminder of her concerns kills her desire faster than a strip club paycheck. You don't know what's going on because 5 minutes ago she seemed into it, but she didn't know that her ex had just put on Instagram. She feels like a useless troll who doesn't deserve to be happy. Cognitive engagement means that she's thinking about sex while she's doing it. not just imagining or analyzing it. Does this pose look good on me? Does he see my stomach? Am I making too much or too little noise? He changed the beat. Why? Was I making a mistake? Did his ex do this? Is I better or worse? You're in the moment while she executes a sophisticated comparison, judgment, and evaluation algorithm that would break NASA's computers. You wonder why she seems to be losing interest in the deed she says she wants. Stop thinking about what women want. She's reading about a billionaire who owns half of Manhattan, but can't sleep because one woman told him no. These psychological blueprints show what makes her deepest needs come to life, and none of them have anything to do with your six-pack or nice guy routine. The fantasy of becoming a powerful billionaire is about being chosen by someone who can have anyone, not money. Christian Grey was hard to resist because he was in charge of boardrooms and knelt for one woman, not his bank account. She wants to be the only thing that can shatter a strong man, not your money. She wants to be so amazing that a man who is in charge of everything loses control when he is with her. You did it. She wants something that money can't buy, not what you buy her. High authority doesn't use cologne to make her feel good. It uses expertise. The surgeon with calm hands who saves lives. The head chef in the kitchen. A professor who fills the lecture hall. She wants to see someone fix something that makes other men look like kids playing dress-up, not the title. This is why she was excited when you fixed her car but doesn't care when you talk about fantasy football. Being good at something is foreplay. Being an expert is sexy. And being really good at something is the sexiest. The tamed beast is the main source of energy that only she can calm. Being the exceptional lady who tames danger is the drug that every vampire, werewolf, and bad boy stories sell. Tough with the world, soft with her. He fights enemies, but he's weak in her embrace. He doesn't destroy everything. He protects her instead. Do you think she wants you to be civilized and safe? She wants you to be violent, yet she wants you to remain calm. She wants to pet the wolf by herself without losing any fingers. The guardian archetype is what makes her freak out when you stroll on the sidewalk or touch her lower back in public. Instead of being tough, make her feel like the most important thing in your world that you need to protect. The bodyguard who gets shot, the soldier who comes home, and the man who would destroy the world to keep her warm. This is what you don't understand. Protection is an emotional safe haven where she doesn't have to be strong and may fall apart knowing you'll be there for her. For her, the man who is secretive and doesn't care about her is like crack cocaine. Every woman wants to break the code so she can get to the soft center beneath the hard exterior. The man who is far away and doesn't need her makes her want to compete. You send her good morning texts to let her know you're available, but she thinks about the guy who might not text for days. You think that being open and talking is attractive. She wants a heart, lock, or puzzle to win that she didn't get. Look at how these archetypes are alike. Strong but with a hidden weakness, dangerous but with chosen gentleness. All of them are different takes on the same idea. A strong man who only becomes weak, selective, or soft for women. In fantasy, you are the only one who can reach the impossible, not train a puppy. You're confused because the 22-year-old woman who left you for a tattoo artist is now married to an accountant who has a 401k. What happened to the woman who said stability was boring? Who said she'd never be like her mother? Who needed excitement and danger as much as they needed air? She didn't change who she was. She changed her archetype. You utilized the same college playbook and questioned why it stopped working, which changed her sexual psychology. Keep an eye on the pattern. In her early 20s, she is lured to the interesting bad boy. He doesn't text back, shows up at 2 a.m. drunk, probably has another girlfriend, and can't commit, but that's the point. She wants stories that make her friends gasp, excitement, and to feel alive, not safe. Confusion is a normal part of the process. Every text you don't respond to is foreplay, and every signal you don't understand is adrenaline. She knows what she needs and gets it. Proof of her life, her wants, and her willingness to take risks. After 5 years, she's been hurt by 3 bad males, cried herself to sleep over men who wouldn't commit, and started therapy to figure out why she likes men who aren't emotionally available. The protector archetype transforms all of a sudden. The solid guy she put in the friend zone at 23 appears like a husband now that she's 28. She isn't settling down, but her idea of excitement has changed. Preparing a future is more thrilling than preparing a weekend, and security becomes seductive, and reliability becomes romantic. No one informs you that she is sad about the change. She misses the chaos, the uncertainty, and the exhilaration of not knowing what's going to happen next. She'll sometimes monitor the bad boy's Instagram, Feel that old pull, ignore the screen, and kiss her stable partner goodnight. She's torn because both models benefited her mentally, not because she's not sure what to do. The bad boy taught her she was pretty, and the guardian taught her her worth. The lessons change with the seasons. The authority archetype usually comes from being established in your 30s. She doesn't care about his status anymore. She just wants his skills. Her professional mentor, who is also quite interested in her. The surgeon who saved her life loves her body. The founder of the empire makes breakfast. She wants someone who gets her and values her as a woman, not someone to make her happy. Your current situation is more important than your perspective. Some women use these archetypes to cycle on the weekends. She wants the beast on Friday night, harsh and primal, throwing her about the bedroom like she's nothing. On Saturday mornings, she wants her protector to make her coffee, talk about her dreams, and keep her safe. She wants the billionaire to be in charge of everything and make her feel special on Saturday night. On Sunday, she wants the mystery to be far enough away to get his attention. Sadly, you're probably trying to be the same type of person that attracted her, not knowing that she's 3 types older. You're still being the bad boy when she needs a guardian, the bad boy when she needs authority, and the risk when she wants to make a decision. You are stuck in her old way of thinking while she is in the present, wondering why the spark vanished when you didn't change with her fantasy life. Every woman has her own unique mix of psychological, physiological, and cognitive aspects that make her tick. What drives one woman wild may calm another. Your operating system is different every day, depending on the weather, your attitude, and whether or not she saw herself in a bad light in the bathroom mirror. She pretended to have a headache for 3 nights, and now her sexual self-image is lower than your ego. She thinks about her sexuality. Would she think she is attractive? Does she believe she merits happiness? Does sex make her feel strong or weak? One woman thinks she's a goddess who gives people her body. Some people see themselves as broken goods trying to prove their worth. Their brains perform different psychological pictures on the same action. When you touch her body, her mind opens or closes every door. When understood correctly, the physiological pillar, which is how her body reacts, is the most honest thing about her sexuality. This is about how her nerve system takes in pleasure, not whether she gets wet or has an orgasm. Some women require 40 minutes to be ready, while others only need 40 seconds, and some want it to be intense right away. The kicker is that she could not know her physiological truth since she's been so busy doing what she thinks she should feel, instead of figuring out what she really feels. Her cognitive pillar, which is the logical basis for how she thinks about sex, often gets in the way of everything else. This happens in her head every time she has sex. Is this too soon? Is it too late? Is this important? Is this pointless? Are my reasons good? What would people say? What does this mean for me? Her mind is like a judgmental narrator giving her real-time feedback while she tries to have fun. You're focused on the present, but she's writing a dissertation about what it means. Most women simply shoot at 1 or 2 pillars. Her body is ready, but her mind is not. Her mind stops her from doing what her psychology wants. Her intellect could agree, but her body won't. It's rare for all 3 to line up. She turns into the sexual goddess you witnessed and have been trying to bring back ever since. The CIA calls a precise sequence of events concordance. The exact order of events leads someone from nothing to nude in intercourse. It's simple for you. Want sex with a pretty woman. 3 steps in a straight line, and the job is done. Her concordance is like a combination lock that won't open unless you enter the right order. Your dials are spinning all over the place, but nothing opens. Your harmony is like a path. Quick, direct, and easy to understand. In hers, 1 wrong turn sends you back to the beginning. She might need to be mentally stimulated before she feels attracted to someone physically. Her story may be necessary before the visual stimuli becomes comprehensible. Her body might think about getting aroused after she feels safe emotionally. You're trying to jump to step 10, but she's still on steps 1 to 9 and is furious because you touched her butt in the kitchen. Her harmony may start without sex. You can mend problems because she likes people who know what they're doing. Protection wakes up her primitive brain, so you might be standing up. You can be talking about something you care about with a lot of enthusiasm, since intensity in one area means intensity in another. You think that touching her starts foreplay. Her concordance started 6 hours ago when you parked your car parallel. She likes stories, but you like body parts. A story about wanting something but not getting it. Choosing from a number of options. Being strong enough to break out. She reads erotic stories instead of porn. She must know what happens in the adult film. This is why you're sexy doesn't do anything. But I can't quit thinking about you melts her. You give her pictures when she seeks story background. Stop playing sexual roulette and start thinking ahead. Are you trying to figure out that woman? You were too busy thinking about yourself to hear what she wanted. She talked about her all-consuming novel. This scary CEO only shows weakness to one woman. When the pushy plumber mended her sink, she was scared. When you lead without asking, she melts. She's utilizing Google Maps from 2003 to find her way to her biggest dreams. You can find her archetype by watching her, not by asking. What stories does she read? What scenes in the movie make her seat move? What kind of man makes her so nervous that she plays with her hair and forgets to talk? If she likes real crime podcasts and serial killer documentaries, the beast archetype might be interesting to her. If she gets excited when you talk about your skills, she's responding to authority. She's testing your limits to determine if you're the protector or just a weak man. Knowing her archetype is just the first step, not the whole plan. The archetype opens the door, but you need to go through it the right way. You can't say you're her protector and expect her to give up. It must be conveyed by actions that fit her personality. Taking her to her car without being asked is a way to protect her. Remembering how worried she was about the meeting tomorrow. In the end, it relaxes her nervous system. You may see her concordance sequence play again and over. Before she has sex, watch. Did you pay attention after long talks? You helped her get through a tough time? You showed her what you could do after you beat her in a non-sexual setting? Her sequence shows up. A lot of guys think that sex starts when you take off your clothes. 3 days ago, when you talked about the matter without her asking, her agreement began. Everything since then has led up to this point. Women want a story more than a physique. Don't grab her breasts. Tell her you've been thinking about her all day. Don't kiss right away. Tell her what you plan to do later. Words are like foreplay. Your reasons are appealing. The sensory stimulation lady doesn't think about things. She perceives the world through her body. You don't need to touch me sexually. You need to tell her first. Stroke her hair while you watch TV. Touch her lower back in front of everyone. Make her feel every nerve ending by bringing her within her body and turning on her sensory system. The order of things is more important than the things themselves. If you don't do them in the right order, having the right ingredients, being her perfect archetype, comprehending her concordance, and knowing her stimulus type won't help you. When you learn this, you become the man who just gets it. He seems to know what she's thinking, understands what to do, and makes her feel understood in ways she can't put into words. You're not a psychic, you're a strategist. You aren't lucky, you're observant. You can understand what every woman says, but most guys can't hear it. This is not manipulation, it's mastery. Being good at something is the sexiest thing you can do.